Welcome to the 10th pod.
10. Let's go.
10 number 10. Yeah, sorry I didn't invite you for the last 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks because
It's been 2 weeks.
I feel like there wasn't enough to talk about. I don't want to be a little bitch yapping about politics, you know?
No, I
agree.
agree. I think 2 weeks is a good cadence. I think 2 weeks is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All
right.
I've been just doing the same old as well.
How's the steak?
Bro, you remember, I'm about halfway through it, and I'm about halfway through the box, and my original plan was to stay here until I finish it. But then my birthday's coming up in a month yesterday, and I was thinking of staying in Australia until my birthday. But then I was like, I'm going to finish the meat box probably in the next week. And I was like, why would I want to have my birthday in Australia? Like, there's nothing here. So I'm thinking I might just fly out. We'll see.
All right.
How about you? You're still in China, so what's your plans?
It's in China because I came back to China on average every 18 months. That's a year and a half.
Wow.
So I spent 2 full weeks of quality time with my family. And now I started traveling again. So I've been going to the adjacent cities and visiting places.
Nice. But you're back home. This is the same background as before, right?
Yeah, the same one. Yeah. It's my dad's place.
Nice. And what cities have you been to, and what were your thoughts?
It was like a beach city. It wasn't that good.
Okay.
I finished it in 2 days.
Bro, I like how my favorite part of your destination reviews are how true and authentic. You're just honest about it, like what you said about Japan, about how it's super overrated, and you're kind of let down by it. I appreciate that because no one does that. Every traveler has a sunk cost fallacy of wherever they go. So whatever destination, they speak up massively about it. They're like, oh my God,
very true.
The food, the culture, it was so life-changing.
It's almost like your choice, your identity is correlated to it. Yeah. I made such a wise decision. I must be such a brilliant person. So
yeah, I couldn't have messed up. And I think a lot of the wages, the 9-to-5ers, because they only get potentially one holiday a year, if they mess up and they go to a subpar place, they can't be like, oh, that was pretty shitty. They can't
also
themselves.
Yeah. If you say everything's good, then your positive comments lost its meaning.
Yeah, 100%. If you're always smiling, a smile means nothing. If you're nice to everyone, being nice means nothing.
Very true. If you can point out what you hate, that means your love actually means something.
So what are your plans now? Are you still gonna travel to more cities?
I'm gonna just keep traveling down south, and because the railway system is extremely well here. You know, I think for 500 kilometers, for me it's 2-hour travel. The high-speed railroad.
That's huge.
Yeah,
that's insane.
The trains go about 300 kilometers an hour.
Bro, I'm thinking of going to Thailand late September, early October. You should come.
Wow. Okay, sure.
I'm thinking, a week in Phuket, and then I don't really want to... The only place I haven't been in Thailand that I want to go to is Krabi. Heard many good things there. But I really just want to, post up in Koh Samui and be close to a gym, close to a co-working space, and then, go out a few times a week or, hit the beach every so often. That's
You'd be somewhere tropical, you know?
Yeah, somewhere tropical. We'll start getting warmer and warmer. I know if we went in late September, October, it'd still be rainy. It'd be the back end of the month, but it'd be coming into the sun, which would be good.
All right.
And bro, yeah, the tourists that come out to Koh Samui is fantastic.
How so?
Just lots of Russian, Ukrainians, Europeans. They do the circuit of Koh Samui, Koh Phangan, Koh Tao. Have you ever been to the beach? Not the Pig Island in Koh Samui?
I don't think so.
Yeah, neither. So there's an island very close to Koh Samui that you can go to, and it's just there's tons of those pigs that you see in Bora Bora, the Caribbean. They just all live on the beach.
Wow.
It's called Pig Island, and there's so many waterfalls on Koh Samui that I haven't done yet, so there'd be a lot of things to do just on Koh Samui.
I'm definitely there.
They've got great gyms, great sauna, ice bath places. They have a fantastic co-working space. So
amazing.
Yeah, I'd love to spend a few months there.
I actually love to have that kind of slow mating lifestyle, because here in China, because I'm very familiar with everything already. I travel more like a Navy SEAL, a military, 14 hours a day, which is quite hectic. Imagine only half day working, half day visiting places, hanging with people. That's a very good life.
Yes, bro. Yes. you know, that idea I was talking about on a previous, like setting up some like entrepreneur incubator
yeah.
in Koh Samui.
Yeah.
I want to suss that out and see if there's like enough guys out there that it would even be feasible doing. And if it is,
Very good.
I'd come back to Australia for Christmas and then probably do 6 months and try and start building out this. Because, bro, that would be so cool. And I'm sure there's so many people very similar to me and you who want to spend the morning working, grinding, hitting the gym, doing whatever, spending the back half of the day exploring, going to a waterfall, going to a beach, going to a beach club, having dinner, having a big like group dinner with people doing the same thing. That,
you know what, Mr. Curry? Yeah, go ahead.
You like, you know how people think about like, if you had all the money in the world, what would be your dream life? Right. Yeah, it would be something pretty similar to that, right?
Same.
Yeah. Like, I'd still want to be working, but I'd also want to be doing fun stuff and community stuff. Yeah. Bro, if I think there was a paddle place in Koh Samui, that'd be cool.
It won't cost so much to build one, a couple of $1,000s probably.
But this is what I always think. I think Trump is so cool because it comes from real estate development. He would make so much money and then he would mold the city and the world to what he wants. So if he wants a casino in his city, he'd build a casino. If he wants a premium apartment building, skyscraper, he'd build it. Imagine getting to the point where you have so much money that you don't even need to run it at a profit. You can be like, I just want a paddle place. I want a go-karting place in Koh Samui, so let's just build it. I want like a jazz bar here, so I'll build it. I'll hire people to run. I think that's cool.
The best part is I think you are of leader traits, and I think you have a natural attraction. People naturally incline to you because you have that kind of personal charm. I would definitely follow you if you are like a leader-ish, especially in this project.
Damn, I appreciate that. I think it would just be so cool. Not even just a community, and I wouldn't even mind being the person who like organizes the events or the things. Bro, someone I fucking love is, I knew who he was, but I'd never like really delved deep into it. I did watch My First Million, but it wasn't a great podcast. Peter Levels, or I think that's his name, Peter Levels.
Peter.
And he's from the Netherlands.
Yeah,
he's from the Netherlands.
He's a Dutch guy.
Dude,
I knew him from like a couple years ago already. Yeah,
bro. Like, there's Hormozy, there's Tate, there's all these people, but I've never watched someone and been like, it sounds like me talking from 10 years in the future. Bro, on the Lex Fridman podcast, he speaks about where he was 26, 27, and I'm about to turn 27, and he'd just flown out to Bangkok.
Yeah,
lying in his bed with his laptop, and he woke up and he had chest pains, and he like didn't know what was going on, and he's freaking out because he drinks so much caffeine. I love caffeine too. Yeah. And he was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I was sitting in this apartment in Bangkok, not knowing anything. And I felt very similar when I was in Bangkok. I feel it's because if you choose to not do the normal thing of having a normal job and getting a thing, you always get these thoughts of like, what am I doing? And will this lead anywhere? But seeing someone that has done it and is like 10 years further down the thing and it all worked out for him. And the other thing I really like about him is every time he ships a project, he has no employees, so he like automates it to the max. And
exactly.
And they're all he never takes on debt. He doesn't raise capital. He doesn't do meetings. It's like, he's speaking my language, man. I think he's the coolest entrepreneur that I've listened to, and he's super inspiring, super interesting guy.
Minimum work for maximum freedom.
Yes. And bro, Jim, he does deadlifts. He has he has like a merch store that's all completely like outsourced. Like, it's everything he does is so cool.
And he loves steak. Like all his career, a decent amount. Yeah, you're the same guy. And he's so funny. I two things coming to mind. One is he made an index of the public companies with CEOs that does deadlift or like combat sport.
Really?
Which outperforms. Yeah, because he think he's a really masculine trait. And he was right.
Funny. That's so funny. I didn't know he did that. Everything I hear about this guy, I think is legendary.
Yeah, he's so cool. Funny. And he because he believes in AI, like acceleration, E/ACC, like so he made merch on that.
And his thing is like always ship or like keep shipping, like just get a project out there and get I think like, dude, he's a legend. He's so cool.
Yeah.
And I've never seen someone. Hormozy is different because he wants to be a billionaire. And he wants to be at the top. Have all this stress and things going on. And I'm like, I like Hormozy and I like Tate, but Like they're fundamentally different. I much more relate to Peter Levels. Like I don't want to jump in meetings. I don't want to be beholden to people I raise money from. I don't want to be speaking to employees. I want to like have he has continued on the path of maximum freedom, which I think people in this nomadic and keep moving to different places lifestyle, like me and you, are attracted to. And seeing someone, and he's doing like $3 million a year cash flow or something crazy with 10 different projects. Dude, he's so cool. So thank you for sending me that podcast. I listened to the whole thing and I was like, I love this guy. Like, he's so cool.
He has a Telegram chat and he has 13K people organized with all different topics. I was just pulling that up. So I strongly recommend you to check it out.
Bro, send me that. Yeah, send me that. It's so cool.
There's a group called Introduce Yourself. And I met a couple cool people inside there already.
See, bro, he is the guy that started Nomad List. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
The whole point of that is it's essentially what we're saying about Koh Samui, just for everywhere. It's it's actually how we met. I went onto the Bangkok like digital nomad meetups on the website that he built, and that's the event that I met you at. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
It's just so cool. Like putting out these projects, and he's always learning. He's always starting on new things, which is super exciting. And he understands intimately the community, the value of a community, and how important that is. And it's so cool that he's put a project out. I think building our own community, whether that be through I have lots of ideas just surrounding that.
Same.
The Koh Samui thing would be cool. Even a whole Thailand one would be cool, man. Imagine having a like full Thailand setup. People pay like $50 a month to be part of it, and it's not just Koh Samui. You fly to Bangkok, and you're like, "All right, we're doing a dinner." Imagine he in that Telegram chat was still in, I don't know. Isn't he based in Bali now?
Not sure.
He's based somewhere.
I don't know.
Just somewhere.
Yeah.
But like he flew to Bangkok and he put in the Telegram, gonna do this dinner, RSVP here, and I'll book it. Like, how cool would that be? That's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
If you develop like real estate, you're literally the Asian Adam Newman. He's doing flow too. Like a community with living and socializing together.
I think you've told me about this, Adam Newman. And it's kind of like a retreat that you go to? What does he do?
Building a living space for young people that allow them to socialize with each other. He called it the new company Flow.
See, that's cool. That is cool.
And he got funding from A16Z, which is a strong bank.
Yeah. Damn, it's cool, man. It's very cool. I really like that you sent me that Lex Fridman podcast, and one of the best podcasts I've listened to. I wish there had more podcasts with him, but he normally goes deep into like coding and stuff like that. But it was so interesting hearing about his like digital nomading experience. Yeah, it's cool.
All right, what do you want to talk about next?
Bro, we got politics. We can always talk about politics. We can talk about.
Did you see the Tai Lopez thing I sent you? Oh my god, so smart,
dude. Yeah, the stand out for get everyone's email address. It is so smart. That is honestly.
And the open rate will be low, so you need to send them the pictures of that night to keep the genius. Like he's thinking all the box of newsletter. He knows it
as well. Yeah. But it's interesting that you haven't run a newsletter, but you understand it intimately as well and how valuable a newsletter is. I think speaking to this, I think eventually both of us want to build a decent personal brand. And I think something that would be crucial to go along with that is even if you just start it and you're not promoting anything, just promoting your own newsletter is such a major key. So you already have a product to promote, like call to action in your videos, because you can do so much with emails. You can sell whatever product, and especially if it's linked to a personal brand, you could link, like say you launched a dating course or you launched a Koh Samui entrepreneurship group, like you could so easily get users if you've collected up a big list of email.
Because I'm still adapting the 37% rule. That means like for the first couple of years, like I try to study as many business models as possible and date as many girls as possible, just to fill out the market.
Yeah. I think, bro, still working it out, bro. It's like, bro, you hit me with bangers throughout the week. The Sean Puri chart that you sent as well was like fantastic as well. The age graph with position in life. And it was like 26, 27 is what the fuck am I doing? And then
And every time you send me, oh, that's amazing, literally genius. I'm not sure if you're just saying that out of politeness or you're actually really.
oh, bro, I am. I'm like, damn.
I was like, wait, every time this guy is so excited about what he said, what I sent him.
Don't send me trash. You do not send me trash. That was another one that I was like, that's good. Because I imagine the next 2-3 years, like, bro, we have Nutshell that's going well. I have Jamie Tree, which is going well. Right now, my focus is on, I told you about the building out other channels, and I want to do a case study.
The Bible thing is a 1.3K now.
1.3K.
Monetized.
So did that in 8 days. But I don't think it can run to 10K. So I'm doing another channel, and I started it yesterday. So I have a theory, but I need to test this out. I'm actually not as versed on YouTube automation as I thought I was. I think the fastest way to run a channel to 10,000 per month is to first start with shorts and get traction on shorts. And then, you know how you can add a related video when you upload shorts? Is do that.
I don't know that. I know you can add related on the long form. I'm not, but I don't know.
So when you upload a short, instead of having a description, it'll have, when you're watching it, it'll have the title and then a related video, and you can add a long form video to that. On the Bible channel that I did, only got traction on shorts, and I would add my long form. I only uploaded 3 long forms, but I'd put it on that, and then viewers would funnel to that. Because if you just start uploading long form, the only way to get discovered is through search, and that's very difficult. It's extremely difficult.
Sure.
It's very long and arduous. You need to upload. I know a few people in the space, and I was asking, like, and people do this, they brute force just long form, but you need to upload between 30 to 90 videos before you start seeing any traction on the channel long form.
Wow.
And that is extremely difficult for a complete beginner to YouTube to commit to and to do. And it's not even guaranteed. You might upload and that's a fuckload of effort to make 60 to 90 videos and not get any traction. Super brutal. If instead you start with shorts, which always get put in the shorts feed, and you get good at creating viral shorts related to whatever long form content you do, and then you put it in, you can start funneling people. This is just my thesis, because I kind of saw it happen with the Bible channel. I think you can put out short content, funnel them to your long form, and then once they have traction, they start ranking higher in search. And as long as the long form video is good and has good retention and whatever, you'll start getting promoted on recommended. And this, once you start having momentum on the long form, you can just start transitioning to just long form, which is where all the money is at. So
the short form is for discoverability, and the long form is for connectivity.
Yeah, and money. So it's like top of funnel is shorts, which has best discoverability. And from day one, you can create a new account, put a short up, and it will get views. And then you need to trickle it down. But there's a bunch of pitfalls. No one knows who this is, but you know who it is because we watch all the same content. Do you know who Daniel Bidden is?
Of course, bro. My boy, the boy from what's his country?
He's a Snapchat guy. Wait,
he's from
Turkey?
Cyprus.
He's from Cyprus. Okay, bro, this is a guy. He's a young guy, honestly. But
he hangs out with all of them, actually.
I know, yeah, dude. He's a genuine gun. Anyway, I watched his videos because he's like the king of short form. He's a legend at it. And I paid $20 to get access to his Discord community, and I went through his like course materials, and it is incredibly professionally and well done. I can't believe this kid's 16, dude. He's a gun. He's a complete gun.
And still don't get it how he, as a young kid, can discover the niche of Snapchat, like I think it's called channels or something, at such an early stage.
At shows, and you needed connections at Snapchat to get accepted. And I don't know how he did it. Bro, he made the highest revenue month was like 550K, which he split. So he did like 50K US in 1 month at like 15. Like, dude, the kid's a gun. He's super impressive, super authentic. I really like him. And he's like short form course. But and I learned stuff, and I've been doing YouTube for ages. Like, there's like glitches. If you don't warm up your account enough, you can get like banned, like AI banned. You cannot be put in the shorts feed. So yeah, I did that. Bro, I like that you know him, because anyone else in my life does not know him. I could say Daniel Bidden, and that'd be like, who is that? So yeah. Anyway, that's what.
Now
just to finish this off, if I can get this, so the channel I've launched now is like a right-wing speaker, kind of like anti-immigration. Because it's super popular, bro. It's insanely popular. Do you know who Nigel Farage is?
Let me Google him right now.
Nigel Farage, he's the right-wing, I think, leader. He's the opposition of the
I know this
leader
face. Yes.
Bro, he's like the Donald Trump of the UK, kind of, but like a more down version.
Okay.
But like
Tell me
content
more.
with him is popping off. Viktor Orban, which is the Prime Minister of Hungary, who's very right-wing, and Dominik Tarczyński in Poland, who also very right-wing. These guys are going crazy viral. So yeah, that's and the RPMs on them would be very high. So I'll let you know how this goes. I literally uploaded the first short yesterday, but if I can get traction on this channel, then feed it into a thing and then build it to 10K, even in 3 months, I think that's impressive. So that's my current project.
All right, I got 2 points to add on. So first is I discovered this tool called Opus. So basically, I'm not even sure if it's the best. You give the link to a long form content and it spits out 10, 20 shorts that has the potential to go viral. That's quite amazing. You can now reverse engineer how things work. Another thing is, I think it's now I just need to test out a dozen different tools until I find. You remember I sent you the document of like how to interact with girls and pursue them. Imagine I just feed the entire document and it spit out 500 shorts.
True. And you're keeping on top of like remember that you like made yourself speak Thai and it was completely AI? So soon you could build a personal brand completely AI, feed in that document, and then it'll spit out the top 50 shorts that can be made from that document with your face, completely realistic. A lot of things automatically do the editing. A lot of it isn't there yet because I try and stay on top of it as well. Like if you want top quality shorts, you still need to do them yourself, but it won't be long. Will not be long.
True.
They're getting better and better.
Now the problem is the quality. If I tell them, hey, make this exact same phrase, but it still adds into some extra like interpretations and the extra words.
Yeah.
And the images are not the best yet, but it's only a matter of time. And if whoever jumps onto it, the first wave is going to make so much money. Despite the entire system. It's just like drop shipping, just like Amazon, FBA, like
what Peter Levels did with photo AI was jumping on like ChatGPT and a bunch of these like open source photo models, and he pretty much just put a wrapper on it. Like it's so smart, man. It's so smart. I'm sure there's tons of things you could do with these AI tools that are coming out. What Daniel Bidden is doing related to what you're saying.
Creo AI.
Creo AI.
I tried his tool.
Super genius.
Here's the like Subway Surfer or whatever car driving at the bottom automatically. It's not really what I need, but it's good. The tool,
and it makes genius.
A lot of money from it.
Yeah, it's leading all these people into an AI project. If you build a personal brand or a course or something, and then funneled them into a subscription model AI tool that is like a wrapper for, I don't know, something, I think that's genius. I can't believe Daniel Bidden is figuring all this stuff out at 15, man. I was being an idiot at 15. I was not thinking about
I was kind of upset when I first discovered him because that screams to my face how much of a big loser I am.
I know, bro. I know. The bar keeps getting set higher. First Iman Gadzi, now Daniel Bidden. It's like
he's getting younger and younger.
500K a month at 15. Like, what were you doing? It's ridiculous.
I get this business idea. I want you to roast me on.
Okay.
So in China, the QR code is extremely prevalent.
Okay.
I think ever since 2010, 2012, 13, there has been no more cash in China at all. So if you go to a restaurant, there will be QR code at the table. You scan it, and either with Alipay app or with the WeChat app, then you can finish the menu, the order process, and the pay directly, just like that. Like 5 minutes off, the waitress just directly bring you the food to the exact table because each table has a different QR code.
Okay.
This entire process eliminates the need for you to sit down, wait for the waitress to come to take your order, and the waitress send back to the kitchen what your order is. Also, when you finish eating, hey, let me get a check, and she come with a POS machine and to charge you. And from my learning, that whatever improves efficiency will be valued. People will be willing to pay for it. And I'm just wondering if there's a way we can sell this and make it big.
Yeah, that's dude, the value there is massive because imagine just how much staff costs you could save off the bat. Don't need to print out menus. Don't need to, let's say a restaurant normally needs 10 servers. You probably only need 2 to like make sure everything's working. So you can cut staff costs massively. You just need the people making the food and then people to take the food out, as opposed to taking people's orders and looking after tables. I do think it's a great idea. I think it's the type of project that you would need so much upfront money and capital investment and like
for
connections.
What? For the SaaS or for the ads marketing?
Yeah, to first build the, I think it would be hard to, so what would be the, like you'd have to build the product first and then you'd have to start onboarding restaurants, which would involve getting them set up with the software and then firing a lot of their, training the people. It'd be like you'd need a pretty big team to train the restaurants and then market it and then build it out. You'd have to start local and go bigger and bigger. Yeah, it's a good idea though. It's a good idea. So your idea would be to make a software product and bring it to like Western countries?
But the cost to make it, I can buy it directly from like Alibaba or Tmall or Taobao. It's gonna be $1,000. That's it. The software, the SaaS itself. And I think about training, you don't really need much training. You just like text the restaurant owner, here's the QR code I send you electronically. Just scan it with your phone and it automatically opens Chrome and integrates the payment directly from there. There's 3 ways to
I've seen this. I've seen this in Dubai and in Australia. It's like it'll have the QR code. And so I know a few companies are trying to do it. You'd have to start in a local area and then build out like locally, I think, is how you'd first have to run it, right?
So I was thinking about 3 ways to make money. First, you charge $100 a month as a fixed subscription fee to use the service. Second, you take 0.3% of the entire transactional amount. Third is you make it completely free and you charge the credit card companies because you have such high volume. Imagine if you process millions of dollars a day with your system. That traffic is extremely valuable. Not to mention the data, what kind of food people are ordering. And I would think about marketing, right? I think it's so level 1 to go to knock on the door of each restaurant. That's the 2 decades old playbook. The first newest playbook, if I were to do it, will be either go to a restaurant owner convention or just buy the leads of the emails of restaurant owners in, let's say, in a concentrated area like New York City, then mass spamming them. Curated a very copyrighted optimal email, like say, hey, do you want to save 50% of staff and improve or make 30% more money, etc. Those kind of phrases. And then you don't build a product first. You send out the email and get the wait list, and then you build.
No, this is a great business idea. I literally had this because I've seen it in Sydney like a few years ago. It's you replace. There's no waiter that comes to your table. It's supposed to be a QR code. You scan it. There's your thing, and then you pay for it at the thing, and then the food comes out. So it completely removes that. I think it's a great idea. It's just I envision it as being a hard operational one to do. I think you'd have to be there in person. You need to train the restaurant how to use it.
Oh, you don't need to train them at all.
I think you
first let them print it out and to try it. If it works, then you order from Alibaba to send them the plastic plates. They can stick it to the table. Everything will be done on your phone, like explained perfectly. You don't even need customer support.
I think you would. I think you're overestimating how smart people are. Like I think waiters, middle managers of restaurants would struggle implementing a new software. And say something doesn't work, like I like troubleshooting it. Like the waiters would just have a meltdown.
True. Yeah, you're right.
There would be problems. The other thing that I think would be hard is like how would you handle this payment processing? They'd pay for it, and then you would have to take your cut. Yeah, I don't know anything about. I think it's a great idea. The small things. The problem with a lot of businesses, I think, and I think about this all the time, especially like when things get hard on Nutshell or something else, I think of another business idea. You've seen the Valley of Despair and like all this stuff. It's like when you think of another business idea, it seems like the grass is greener. That is super easy. But then once you actually get into the weeds of it and making it, there's a lot of little problems that are not apparent until you get into the weeds and there's like, damn. And I think... I think this would be something that would have little things that would be quite difficult. I think it's a great
1,000 knife cuts. If I were to really get serious about this, I'm just like riffing this all with you now. I will find a software company SaaS that does this. There are millions who does this in China already. I will test all different products and find the company that I think has the perfect, smoothest, fastest system, and I say, hey, let me be your affiliate for the US region.
Yeah, okay.
If I can prove I can bring him 100 customers, then okay, we have something here. I'm good marketing.
100%. Yeah, no, that would be the way to do it. Because then you add the product already sorted, and you just need to prove out, can you get restaurants and restaurant owners to like commit to this and buy?
Yeah.
Which is, bro, the value proposition is so easy to sell. It's like remove 80% of your staff and save.
Exactly.
Like, you just save money. It's very simple. Just streamline the process and save money. Yeah.
But as you said, that there will be like, now think about problem. Okay, the waiter and waitress will be highly against it because US is a tipping culture.
Yeah.
They say like, okay, you eliminate me, what am I going to do? But from the perspective of the restaurant owner, like now we're in a kind of a recession. Of course, they're trying whatever they can to cut costs.
Yeah.
Another thing will be like the customer terminal and the restaurant owner terminal will be completely two different things. The customer will only be clicking pictures, adding notes, and checkout. But for restaurant owners, you need a page to upload the pictures, to have different columns, side tabs of different cuisines, promotions. You know, they will ask you, hey, how can I add this picture? Why the ratio of the picture is not correct?
Yeah. There'd be a bunch of little troubleshooting things. I think you would have to go boots on the ground at the first restaurant you want to launch it, and then be like, okay, what are the problems that are going to come up? I'm sure you could find one restaurant owner in some city to be like, yeah, I'm willing to give this a go, and go in, try and implement it, train the people, find out all the problems that commonly happen. But you could probably get it to the place where all the like kinks and problems are worked out. You can just send this big thing and do it completely remotely, essentially no customer support, or like have just hire random reps that you've trained to fix common issues.
Or
like
AI support.
Reside. Yeah. So, no, I think it's a good idea.
But this is a big idea. The minimum exit is $1 billion for this.
Why is it minimum?
Because I think restaurant service
SaaS that you can get thousands of users on and paying high, like you could charge $500 a month because you're saving so much money for these restaurants.
Have you been in China? I strongly recommend you, because now everything here is QR code based. You know, there are like scooters and bikes on the street. You just scan with the QR code and it automatically unlocks. And there are vending machines that doesn't like spin. You just scan the QR code to open the door. Then you take whatever drink. Like it's just a normal shelf because it has cameras all inside the fridge. It automatically sees what you take out and then deduct the amount. No, you just...
Is score thing real?
Oh, it's a different thing. No, it's a different thing.
That's the thing, okay.
You just scan with the QR code. They open the door. Everything's connected. Cool. There are massage chairs in the shopping malls. You scan the QR code and select how many minutes you want, and it automatically massage you. So it's something you can see when you come to China.
I came to China. How would I get set up on this? So I just need to make a WeChat account?
I don't know about the foreigner's perspective. I haven't done that.
Okay.
Maybe difficult, maybe easy, but I am more than happy to show you around.
That's cool. It's cool.
And also, in Shenzhen, I think has like 15 million population. Now the entire city has no more gasoline cars. Every single car is electric. That's how crazy advanced.
It's a big brand.
China. I don't know. Like you get to choose.
But is BYD massive? Is it Tesla?
Yeah, there are a couple big brands like Way, but I'm not very informed on that.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's top 4, top 5.
That's cool. China's definitely on the list that I want to go to, and Ray Dalio talks very highly of it.
Also, the George Soros partner, I think he's got Jimmy something, and he also speaks highly of China. He has 2 white daughters, and both of them speak fluent Mandarin.
Wow, okay, that's impressive. Damn.
Have you seen that chart? Like 20 years ago, 80% of the global country do trade with the biggest trade partner are US. Now, in 2020, 80% of the world countries, their biggest trading partner is China now. So the table is kind of turning.
And I think it will only continue. But what's interesting, like projecting out the next 10 to 20 years, I assume it's a problem in China as well, because it's a problem in every single country, is like it's a very aging demographic with not a high birth rate. It's the same in China.
Yeah, same. Do you think people should have more babies?
Yes, bro. It's 100% catastrophe. It's going to be a complete catastrophe, and I don't know how but like no one wants to, man. Like, and there's so many different issues that play into it. I don't think you can boil it down to one. Like the devaluation of fiat money is one thing. I think a lot of people don't want to bring kids into a quality of life that they can't provide.
Very true.
They had
too much entertainment nowadays.
Bro, too much. It's a very entertainment economy. There's the travel, leisure, events. Like there's constant distractions that having kids really removes you from. Having kids is a massive sacrifice. There's a massive counterculture to having kids. Yeah, I think people need to have more, but it actually is a huge sacrifice. Sometimes I go on the Reddit. Have you been on Reddit? Anti-kids or like child-free?
I'm perfectly aware of that movement. Yes, it's
interesting.
Developed countries. Yeah,
and it's so popular. It's so incredibly popular, and I do see the positives to it. I just don't know how this plays out in like 10 to 20 years when people are in there. Maybe you can just perpetually distract yourself in your 40s and 50s.
Yeah, all the birth rate are below the sustainable level. I do think that is huge.
It's getting to like 1. It's like if you expand out the next 30 to 40 years, like a lot of countries will be half or less than that.
You know, like when all the leftists, all the Democrats, they're claiming, humans are destroying the world. We should stop having more babies. Are you aware of how many like empty land there is in? Like I think human species probably occupied 5 to 10% of the entire livable territory.
So yeah, and it's gonna go off a cliff. Like it's super interesting how you play demographics out the next 30, 40 years. This is another reason I think real estate has historically been a fantastic investment, but I only think that's because of population increase and high immigration. And you play it out for the next 30, 40 years and population's half. I don't see how it doesn't fall off a cliff with population. And AI, the only thing I think saves everything from this is a massive AI productivity boom. Because, bro, there's going to be a lot of old people that need a lot of productivity and looking after. And the only place that can come from is artificial intelligence, robotics, which I think will be a thing. But they don't need a house. Robots don't need a house. AI doesn't need a house. So, yeah, I think real estate isn't a great investment looking like far out into the future.
I'm not sure if I told you about this, but another reason is contributing to this phenomena is the female dating standards are extremely high. I'm sure you've seen like all the podcasts, the girls say, I need a 6'5", 6 figure, 6 abs, 6 inches, and give me this much money. All the women want him, but he only pays attention to me. And I have one example for this. You imagine there's this one guy with a Ferrari. Have I told you about this? Okay. Yeah. He sleeps with 30 women. Okay. Not an exaggeration if you have that kind of car. Guess what? All these 30 women would be like, my ex drives a Ferrari. Who are you? You're not up to my level. You're brokey. And guess what? Let's say all of these 3 women only have one bestie. Okay. They will think, I bet my bestie, her boyfriend or her ex drives a Ferrari. Like, I'm prettier than her. I deserve more. Okay, that's 60 already. But guess what? The guy's Ferrari might be rented. So this entire phenomenon, you can call it wholeflation. All the women have unbelievably high standards and thinking themselves, I'm the shit. Just that,
dude.
My rant.
In one time I was in Phuket. This was last year. I was dating this half German, half Italian girl. She was actually very sweet and nice. But she, like, on one of the first times I met her, she's telling me, I don't know if it was an ex or like a close male friend, just talking about the stupidest shit that you don't talk about on dates. She said he has a Lamborghini. Was telling me about the Lamborghini he has. I was just like, you don't understand at all what a partner wants to hear. And exactly what you said is true. That then sets the bar for everyone else in the future. And it probably was a rented Lamborghini. Like, it probably wasn't real. Like, who has a Lamborghini when they're 20? Or 21? And yeah, Brian, what you said about the best friends, that sets people's bar higher. There's this massive gender war. And there's, so many different things that play into it. I think both genders have been psyoped into chicks of putting, like, they're putting lifestyle first, and I gotta like make the most of my youth and travel and have a fulfilling career. And
there's this study at 2040, 15 years from now, 50% of the women, like the entire women population, will have no kids.
Which is crazy, bro. And will it be a catastrophe, or will there be enough distraction? I think, like, spiritually, just like, what do you do in your 40s and 50s if you don't have a family? I think that would be a catastrophe. Yeah, cats, dogs. Bro, that's why I think pets is such a booming business to get into.
Yep.
Fantastic. Also, like, longevity and for, like, being able to extend people who have kids, I think is super promising future business, bro. But also,
if anyone's into surrogates or had different ways how freezing eggs and become an expert on this, like you could be the what's that guy, the super buff guy, the podcaster with 5-6 million Huberman, yes, Huberman. Okay. You can become the Huberman for women.
Yes, bro.
Teaching them how to freeze their eggs. Yeah. Instead of Alex Cooper, like call her daddy, like, oh, I'm a slut, but I'm the shit. I deserve it. Be that kind. Teaching women how to freeze their eggs, how to buy sperm from a high-value male, and IPF, is that meme? You could be more profitable because now Huberman is selling like protein shakes, right? And whatever acid. But this is like high ticket.
Yes.
Okay. strong need.
Bro, and I'm pretty sure you could freeze your eggs and then, let's say you wanted a kid when you're 45, you could then have a surrogate. Like,
yeah.
Brian, did you know, is his name Petrov Dubov, the Telegram guy? What's his name?
Yeah. He has 100 kids. We consume the same.
Isn't like crazy, bro? Isn't that fucking insane? Which, like, I can see. He's a billionaire. He's like 6'3", and have you seen his physique? His physique's pretty
Oh my, like a Greek god.
Yeah. It's pretty
What's his name?
Yeah. Telegram CEO.
I don't think he's that tall though. But it doesn't matter.
I mean, he's a billionaire. I thought he was 6'3", I read.
Oh, he's 5'10". It's not that tall.
He's 5'10", okay.
But he can stack all his money under his feet and be like at the fifth floor.
Yeah. That's funny. 5'9", apparently. Good. That's interesting. So I guess those 100 women preferred billionaire genes as opposed to 6'3" genes.
I still think that's too little. And I was watching this, those stats, like the stats, like with different bars to illustrate the numbers. So apparently the most successful males in history have many children, hundreds.
Dude, yeah. And Genghis Khan is like the biggest example of that, but who else?
I'll send you later. But I want to tell you, there are these Facebook groups of women who are seeking sperm because they don't want to go to a clinic because that would be too costly. So but anyway, I went in and I just posted a little bit about myself. Guess who reached out to me?
Who?
Let's say in a political not so correct way, like Africa, like more black face. Yeah, I get. Apparently, they're the lesser desirable ethnicity, so that they couldn't find a sperm donor.
What? Wait,
yes.
What?
So there are attractive lesbian couples, right? They just went in, and all the guys will be spamming their inbox, saying, "Hey, can I donate to you? Hey, can I donate to you?"
Oh my god!
Yeah, bro.
I didn't know that was happening. That's fucking crazy. That is crazy.
It's like a genetic discrimination to the maximum on steroid.
Yeah.
But anyway, just cool experience.
Bro, interesting.
Yeah, go ahead, tell me.
Once people become like, they've like achieved the tippy top, people like Andrew Tate, I know, what's that fighting guy? Peter Segal. Wait, is that his name? Peter? Steven Seagal.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of these people, they just, like, after a certain point, they just try to start maximizing their genetic legacy and start having tons and tons of kids. Elon Musk has like, what, 8 kids or 9 kids or something? Crazy.
10.
Trump has a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elon has 12.
12. Crazy, bro. Crazy. He's doing his part.
If you consider his achievement, 12 kids is too little, bro. He deserves more. He's
like 20 plus.
Successful, yeah.
Genghis Khan would put him to shame, bro. Is he? I think there'll be this huge counter movement coming up because it's not the first time in history. It's happened many times throughout history that population has collapsed, and I think what happens is that civilization kind of like self-corrects, and there's this huge counter movement of, you can kind of see it happening at the moment with like the rise of religion and Christianity and the rise of the right. I think there'll be this counter movement, and part of that will be the rise of the nuclear family and have more than 2 kids and have a like put your part in. Yeah, but I think there's a long way to go. I think it's multiple decades. I think it's a lot of issues need to be worked out. Demographics is super interesting of like everything that's going on. And it's a complete shit show, and pretty much everything is bad. Yeah, bro, we could talk a full podcast on it. But we got about 10 minutes. Let's talk politics, bro.
Okay, tell me.
What's your current scope of the landscape?
Trump has a 54% expected win rate. Apparently something happened throughout the last few weeks. People discovered that Harris is not coherent. She's dumb, bro.
They're just figuring it out. Yeah.
Dumb.
And do you know who Nate Silver is? He's like I think he's the most accurate political, he puts out projections of who's going to win. He has it at 65% Trump, 35% Harris. So he's much more. I think he's normally Democrat biased. So I'm feeling pretty good about my bet on Trump to win. And they have their debate tomorrow. So literally in 24 hours from now, they'll be done.
I strongly recommend you to check out the Instagram reels I sent you on Instagram. So often I see something cool, I'll send it to you. But anyway,
I've been on Instagram for about 2 weeks. I've deleted it.
That's good.
Facebook and Instagram, but I eventually do come back, so I'll check all of them out. So
feel free to binge them. I'll just save them here, inbox back. And majority of the women who are voting for Kamala Harris is because she's a female. That's it. And she's a minority. That's it. And
bro.
So everyone, hey, which one of her policy is your favorite? And they go silent. And these are her most vivid supporters.
The DNC guy, the guy that went to the DNC and pretended to be gay and was interviewing.
I think you sent me. You sent me. You sent me. Yeah.
Yeah, it was asking them questions like, do we support free gender-affirming care for migrants? And they're like, yes. Democracy or access to abortion? Access to abortion? It's just fucking lunacy. And did you see that map I sent of the male 20? How crazy is that? It was literally all red. I think fucking insane.
This comes from the genetic tendency of females of trying to protect the weaker. You know, they're being Saint Mary. Okay, we must love them. We must protect these. We must support those. But
that's one.
In the real world, we don't operate like that. With everything, there comes a cost, right? Nothing is created out of thin air. Like you can't even print money. Like you're only inflating the money because the value stays the same. There are only limited amount of medical care. There are only limited amount of housing available. They think they're infinite stuff, and they never calculate the economics behind it. That's why all the females.
That's a great point. And I think that's one part, like genetic disposition between the sexes and why they lean different ways. Another thing I'd add to this is I think the feminine is a lot more agreeable. So if you grow up on very left-leaning propaganda or just the zeitgeist of our society is very left-leaning, news is left-leaning, media is left-leaning, then you are just, if you're an agreeable person, you're just going to go with what you think is the status quo. Whereas the masculine, I'd say, is a lot more rational thinking and
very true.
Would stand up to things and be like, wait a second, that doesn't even make logical sense. Like there's no rationality behind that. I think that's just something down to testosterone, as you are a lot less agreeable and maybe more questioning, which is why it leans right. The other thing is I watched this documentary on why I think it's between 18 to 35 of males in the US are leaning right. And the left is how have we lost the entire 18 to 35 male voter base? Why are they all Republican? And the video was just talking about if you're vilified and if you're completely vilified and painted one demographic as the villains and for the last 2 decades, why are you standing at the end of it being why are they voting for us now after you vilified this very specific subsection of a demographic, which the right hasn't done.
Women's compassionate nature is very helpful when it comes to raising children, but it's disastrous when it comes to politics and government.
100%.
But you know what? They only talk the talk. They never walk the walk because they're never the ones going to war. Have you seen this video of 2 fairly attractive Ukrainian soldiers? Before they go into the battlefield, they was "Hey, glory to Ukraine!" Something Putin, blah, blah, say something bad about him. But as soon as they got
Drafted.
hostage, got their eyes blinded, a punch to the face. Okay, no more feminism. Whatever you say is correct.
Yeah. Dude, it's
They
crazy.
switch their opinions like that. Whereas you see all the male soldiers like kill me. Wow.
Yeah.
And nature.
Dude, this is a crazy spot. Is the chicks are much more likely to vote liberal, and and open border policy is very much part of left politics, which is crazy because a lot of the migrants that from the third world that come in and commit a lot of the crimes are against that specific demographic. If you look at like Sweden, a lot of the Nordic countries, they're getting assaulted, rapes, like it's just a shit show. And so they're advocating for their own destruction, and like it's just fucking so backwards of logic. Yeah, bro, making some of these, like doing the research into these videos for the like right-leaning channel. Have you seen that politician Eva? She's from the Netherlands, Eva Vladenbroek or something. She did a speech at Hungary that Elon Musk reposted just against like open border policy and much more right-leaning. And it's like, I think that has to like, I just find it insane that the left pushes a narrative and agenda that is essentially their own self-destruction. It's like
and they were
self-destruction of civilization. Yes, bro. And what the right is pushing is the complete opposite, and they will get blamed for everything.
I believe from the relationship to the families to the country, if you let a woman lead you during a relationship, she will lead you right into the to the grave of the relationship. You never let a woman take the lead. She will start to resent you for it if you are too agreeable to as a male. Also, have you thought you were talking about Genghis Khan? Like back in his days, he occupied 70% of the world, right? He fought all the way until Europe from Mongolia. So what he'll do is he go to those countries, right? He'll kill all the males and keep and all the old people and keep all the children his servants, or the attractive females his wives. And as soon as these females have their husband killed, and their nature is to surrender into a stronger male. That's their nature.
Yes, literally biologically programmed to that, whereas males are not. And they put up with less because back in the olden days, if there were two tribes and one tribe got invaded by the other, the males know that they're not being left alive, they're being instantly killed. Whereas women will not, because they can just be assimilated into the majority. That's where the agreeable and disagreeable stuff comes from. The other thing, oh man, I lost my train of thought. I was going to add something.
Sorry.
No, I messed it up. Bro, I'll come back to it.
Yeah, come back.
It's about agreeable, disagreeable. No, come. Okay, one caveat I wanted to add to this.
Okay.
You said males leading and females, like it will end for destruction.
Boy.
I would change it to masculine and feminine, because I do think regardless of gender, you can have a very masculine female and a very effeminate male, and they still have a successful relationship, and it's not necessarily related to the gender.
Correct.
Yeah, but you just need that polarization. I don't think a very masculine female and a very masculine male actually do. But then again, you look at someone like Alex and Leia Hormozy. I think they're both very masculine personalities. So I don't know, maybe
that's another dude. You know how many comments are saying is she a male transgender?
Yeah. Bro, so I think there's a very large spectrum of different personalities that can happen, and it's so intricate. But generally, as a general rule, I do agree with what you said. I just want to add the caveat because, it's very
of course, man.
nuanced and complex.
Like 8% of 3% of male population are gays, bro. Of course.
Yeah. And I think you just need to know what personality you have, because I don't think you in a relationship with a very masculine female would work out whatsoever.
Never for me. I need a supporter.
Yeah, exactly. Like a cheerleader, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Caregiver.
But then again, imagine you met someone who was like a founder and really, I don't know. I've never been in that kind of dynamic.
I just had dinner with my middle school friend, and he said, I want someone with a similar family status whom I can discuss career with, whom is quite ambitious, career-oriented women. So we have more in common. I was like, are you sure?
Is he very masculine?
Yeah, very hardworking.
Bro, see, but sometimes I think the same, because I saw this girl on Twitter. Let me find it. Have you heard of the app Trip BFF? like a pretty viral app. It's kind of like Nomad List, but maybe more marketed to a younger demographic.
Find your trove of friends.
Yeah, I'll send you this. Yeah, so you like, let's say you went to Bangkok and you're like, let's have a night out in Bangkok, and you'd find other people. Instead of relying on your own friends, you just have this community of like other people doing the same thing. But it was started by this chick in her 20s, and I started following her on Twitter, and I was like, that's actually fucking really cool. And I don't know about you, but the conversations I've had with on various days have been extremely boring and fucking not mentally stimulating at all. But I imagine going out to dinner with a chick like this who's building a popular SaaS would be extremely interesting, way more like intellectually stimulating than a normal. So I don't know. I think, yeah, as I said, there's a wide spectrum. I think many different situations could work. As a general,
I would love to have a curated friends group list. For example, you know, like the friends that I hang with would be like of similar thoughts, like mental spectrum, and for you as well. And it'll be amazing to just have such a curated list of friends.
But then you wouldn't want the person you're dating to be like that?
No, not for me.
Yeah, fair enough. I think it could be interesting. Lots of problems. Yeah. I've what your friend said, I've gone back and forth on, because sometimes I've been like, that would be terrible. Other times I'm like, that'd be pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, I don't need a partner.
As you said, bro,
I can talk about cash flow with.
Wouldn't that kind of be cool, though?
I have you to talk that with. That's it.
That's true. I think you need to get it for somewhere. You need to, like, either your friends have to be like that. Bro, but I would love to be fucking having those conversations with everyone. Like, they're the only conversations that I enjoy. So if you just maximize that, and you're constantly having these conversations about, like, imagine the chats you'd be talking about, like marketing and how you're marketing and this tactic worked or this thing worked. Like, it would be so much more interesting.
That's amazing. Should we?
We should leave it too. That was a good one. I think the two.
That was a good one, yeah,
because we have so much to speak about and so many new ideas that have come up. Yeah. So next one will be the 24th of September.
Towards the end of the month.
Yeah, bro. We'll talk about maybe planning a Samui trip or something.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, next one might be in person, bro.
Ooh.
Who knows? Might be on an island. Might be on Pig Island.
Yeah. Life's been good.
Dude, life has been good. I'll leave you with this quote to finish it off with, and it's from the savior Donald Trump. It is, what is the quote? I need to find, I don't want to butcher it. He said on the Lex Fridman podcast, life is just what you do while you're waiting to die. I thought that was so profound because, like, it puts into perspective how inconsequential everything is. Like, the day-to-day, like, what you end up doing, if you make it, if you don't make it, it's just like, it's all just one big game. Like, nothing really matters in the end, and everything is consequential, and I think that's a good reminder. I don't know, not to take things seriously, to maximize life while you're doing it, which I think you're doing a great job of, but I like that quote. I thought it was profound.
I'll give you a quote back. At the end of the day, nothing lasts forever, not even our problems.
That's true. Time heals all. Time heals all things.
Yeah. Fire, bro.
Yeah.
See you in
Bye.
a bit.
We'll speak, bro. All right. Peace, brother.